Hello, welcome to Salt and Light Canning. I'm Jessica and this is my kitchen. I'm happy that you're here. Today we are making some soup for some quick and easy meals. I just went through my pantry and my refrigerator to see what I have, and that's what I'm going to make today. So I'm just going to make a simple like hamburger and vegetable soup, and I'm happy that you're here for this. So I'm going to start by cutting up some carrots. And this is just what I had left in the refrigerator that needed to be used. All right, I have my carrots in the pan, and now I'm going to do some potatoes. And again, these are just whatever vegetables you have. If you don't like carrots or potatoes, don't put in carrots or potatoes. I'm also going to add some onions. I was watching something today about somebody and they were meal prepping. And I used to do meal prepping like once a week. That was a thing because it saved me time during the week. But now I don't really do meal prepping because I do canning. And canning is my meal prepping. So most days, especially during the colder months, I take, a jar of soup, maybe some crackers or some bread to work, and that's my lunch. Or the kids or my husband can get a jar of soup and eat that for lunch, or maybe, a jar of pork or chicken or something, and put together something really quick and easy to eat. But that's my meal prepping. I don't really let me pack everything up into little containers anymore, just because I have found this to be much more effective for me. This way I know that I'm using up the produce in the house that might go bad if I didn't use it. And my time is more effectively used long term. So however you meal prep, whether it's canning or whether you spend an afternoon once a week to prep food for the week, find what works for you. Find what's the best solution for you. Right now, this is the best solution for me. Anyway, I'm going to get these onions cut up and in the pot, and I'll be back in just a second. That's some strong onions. All right, I have all of my vegetables cut up and in this pot. And I'm also going to add some frozen green beans. You don't have to add them. You can add fresh green beans. You could do whatever you have. Please do that. Whatever you like in your soup. If you don't like green beans, don't add green beans, okay? Don't make it complicated. It's not a big deal. I also have some frozen corn. I'm going to add that. Now I'm going to go put this on the stove, and I'll add my meat and my tomatoes, and then we will add some seasoning. Okay, so I'll be back in just 1 minute. So I have my veggies in the pot. I'm going to add this ground beef that I browned up. Okay, now I'm also going to add diced tomatoes, and I'm just using up the cans of diced tomatoes that I had in the pantry. I'm also going to add some freeze-dried peas because I didn't have any fresh or frozen peas. And then also I just have like a vegetable soup blend. I'm going to add that. I'm going to add maybe like 1.5 spoons of black pepper. This is just pink sea salt. I'm gonna add a couple spoons of that. Well, maybe like 1.5 spoons. Then I have this barbecue seasoning that I like. Probably 2 spoons of that. Then I have some granulated garlic. 2 spoons of that. Then I also have some of this minced garlic. We'll add 3 spoons of that. Now I'm going to get this turned on, and I'm going to add a couple of quarts of filtered water. Because you need about 50% liquid or tomatoes to whatever solids you have. So I have tomatoes in there, but I also need to add some liquid to my soup. So I'll be back in just 1 minute. So my soup is warmed up. It is by no means cooked, but it is warmed up. So we're going to get it into jars. Now what I like to do is just kind of stir my scoop around a little bit and put that in a jar, and then go back for some more. My overall goal is to get about 50% solids to about 50% liquids. Just do your best, okay? And because this is tomatoey, I'm going to make sure that I don't overfill. I'm going to 1 inch of headspace. Most of the time, I like to can soup in pint jars because it's just easier for me to take as a meal to work or something. But if you like to can your soup in quart jars, please do that. Please do what works best for you and for your family and for the way that you cook. Okay, I've debubbled. I'm going to wipe the rim of my jar really well with some white vinegar because I do have the fat from the meat and tomatoes can be a little bit sticky. I've got a lid and a ring just to finger tight. And I'll fill my next jar. Everything looks just wonderful in a jar. If you're making soup or you're making pickles, pickles are one of my favorites. They're just so gorgeous in a jar. Even just green beans or carrots look just amazing in a jar. Anyway, I'm just going to keep filling jars. My canners are full. I have 36 pints of soup. This is my 23-quart Presto pressure canner. Love these. They make processing large batches much easier, especially if you're doing pints, because then you can double stack and only have to run your canners once. So check it out. I have a link in the description to my Amazon store, and there's lots and lots and lots of stuff that I use in my kitchen in that store. But anyways, I have 36 pints of soup ready to go. So I'm going to get this turned on. Now, I'm not going to turn this on high, and I'm going to bring this up to temperature slowly and down from temperature slowly, because again, we have tomatoes and I want to be careful to minimize siphoning because I would really like my jars to seal. So I get my lids on. Now we will bring these up to temperature. I'm going to let it vent out of this little vent, which is a steady stream of steam. You need it to vent out of that little vent. For this canner, it's 10 minutes. Please read your manual. I don't know what it is for your canner. And then we'll put the weight on. Once the weight's on, I'm going to wait until my gauge comes up to 15 pounds of pressure. And once it's at 15 pounds of pressure, I'm going to process this soup for 1 hour. I'll be back when I'm taking them out of the canner. Well, my timer went off, and we let everything come down very, very slowly. Took the lids off very, very slowly. It always takes a few minutes. So what I do is I wait for all of the pressure to come down, and then I take the weight off, and I wait like 3 to 5 minutes. And then I just untwist it, and I wait like 3 to 5 minutes. And then I just like prop it up, and I wait 3 to 5 minutes. Then I took the lids off, and I've been waiting several minutes before I take them out. You want to do things slowly to reduce your siphoning. So we're gonna take them out. And we had soup for dinner, and it was wonderful, and it is such a blessing to be able to preserve my own food. Let me know what you're canning and what you're doing for your family. I love to hear from you. Be so blessed. Know that you're loved. And be a blessing to someone else. I'll see you in the next video.